Like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. I know. Bum, bum, bum. What was that? I don't know. What was that? What the fuck was that? Well, hello and welcome to the Tequila Hour. My name is Amanda. It is Sunday. It is the 14th of July. It's been a day. It is now 3:13 p.m. here in Australia, in New South Wales, in the secret location. I am using round 2 of the Rode NT1 Signature Series microphone. Thank you, Rode. I'm straight into it. Straight into it, bitches. First of all, shout out to Rode Australia, who not only checked my microphone that was shaped, but replaced it without too much drama. Got there in the end, and I'm now trying it for the second time, and we'll see how we go. I'm not going to get carried away, even though I kind of want to, because I really do like the sound of this microphone. When I hear it, it's very pleasant. And I like the setup as well. So, yeah, there's that. So shout out to Rode. Thank you for replacing my microphone. And, yeah, I'll get back to you. The love might still be there. Secondly, yeah, this is going to be just, I'm freeballing, okay? I'm freeballing today. I titled this podcast A Grain of Sand, and I will explain why I basically titled my podcast that today for this one episode. I'm straight into it. I will do some admin in a second, but if you are listening to this podcast, I just have to immediately talk about the fact that someone tried to assassinate Donald Trump today. I really don't know what to say. I do have some immediate thoughts about it, and I really wanted to bring it up immediately on this podcast because I was going to talk about something else, and I probably will get around to that by the end of this podcast. But for my American listeners, who I know I have, the majority of people who listen to this podcast are actually based in America, because I do see those statistics and data in the background. I just want to say, for someone in Australia, I don't understand everything that's going on over there. Obviously, your election process is very different to what it is in Australia. I don't know everything about Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I'm not going to pretend to know either. What I do know is that I'll just share my experiences in the sense that I saw a post on Instagram from a particular person. I thought it was photoshopped. I didn't think it was real, to be honest. And then by this afternoon, after speaking to my husband and then watching YouTube, realised that no, someone actually tried to assassinate the former president, Donald Trump. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And what I'm trying to get at, and really want to touch on this first because it's really important to acknowledge that that's happened today on the 14th of July, even though I'm not American, but I am on the planet Earth, And we're all human. We're all in this, believe it or not. And I want to reach out to my American listeners and say I hope you're all okay. And my heart goes out to, unfortunately, the person who passed away and got injured, and other people who got injured. Well, someone died and another person or persons got injured because someone had so much hate in their heart and so much vitriol that they thought that they had to kill or attempt to kill Donald Trump. And that saddens me greatly. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are, we live in a society of social media where instantly things are broadcast across the world, and I can't even try to imagine what those people felt like in that moment, at that moment of time in Pennsylvania. I can't even imagine what that felt like. I can only say to you that watching it, I had an immediate reaction. I'm probably having right now a reaction just through the sound of my voice and trying to explain my thoughts and feelings around this. But I really just want to extend my, I don't know, that, we care. There's a lot of people who do care and they're not American, and a lot of people out there in the world do care about you wherever you are as just another person to another person. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that first because it's shocking. It's unbelievable. It still blows me away that there's people, well, there are, unfortunately they are, there's human beings out there that are filled with so much hate for the world and hate for other people that they think the only way that they can be heard or acknowledged is by trying to kill someone or take someone else's life. And as always, it seems through the nature of these things that their target is never the one who passes us away. And I don't want to say that in any way, shape or form that should happen to Donald Trump. What I'm trying to say is that, again, there's innocent people, bystanders who are killed and injured, and the people who do these kind of things, they don't even think about that. So, yeah, it's just sad. It really is, and I really can't, I can engage in watching, I'm, like I said, I'm in Australia and I'm not part of this in any way at all, but when you watch the footage and, yeah, it's a lot, and so I do absorb a lot of that. I think I've touched on this, I'm very empathetic, so I really do set myself boundaries around this because that's just who I am as a person. And yeah, my heart does go out to you and all my American listeners who listen to this podcast today. And I honestly thought for a period of probably like 10 minutes where I thought I'm not even going to do one in respect for my American listeners. But I also thought, as I went up to the shops to get a Subway today for my lunch, I was just like, this is just a moment in time. And this is what led me to the title, A Grain of Sand, is that, yeah, right now I'm in Australia and all this is happening on the other side of the world, and it's dramatic and unbelievable and scary and very sad, actually. And, yeah, and then I walk outside and, yeah, I went up and grabbed some Subway from my local shops, and the sun is shining here in Australia, and I could hear the birds in the trees and the sun was glistening, and, I looked around and there was a little girl with little Crocs on, and, yeah, I was just like, it's just a moment in time. In what time is, in the space of time, in this time-space continuum, this day is just another day, and time will go on. And what do we learn from this, and what do we need to learn? And the fortunate or unfortunate thing is that in a week's time or 2 weeks' time or 5 weeks' time or one day or 1 hour. It won't be 1 hour, but, time is so fleeting, and we'll move on to the next thing that's newsworthy and we won't give a shit anymore. And, then coming back to self, it's kind of like you just need to do you when you're part of all this. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I had to touch on this first. I'll spit it out and speak clearly. That I do want to acknowledge that first for my American listeners, for people who, support Biden or support Trump. That's all on you. Actually, I don't know or understand enough about your politics. I do understand, but I don't think today's the place to be talking about politics, to be honest. I actually want to just acknowledge that this has happened, and I hope you're all okay. And yeah, for someone like myself, we do see these things, okay, and we acknowledge these things, and we feel these things as well. And many people throughout our entire world, our planet Earth, would be reaching out to you as a country and you as Americans and you as people, more important. So, yeah, I want to acknowledge that. So I'll start with that, and it's kind of probably feels a bit down to start a podcast, but I think it's important to acknowledge that. And I'll actually leave it there today. And I will talk a bit about this a bit more and sprinkle it through this podcast. And my podcast, first of all, today, when I talk about a grain of sand, and it's kind of ironic, I don't even want to use that word, but it came out of my mouth, that this has happened today in regards to Donald Trump, because I started my day very reflective about self. And I have been reflective of self for quite some time, which I've touched on. Yet it is something I still work on every day. Some days more than others. And today I have been in a very reflective, mindset, frame of mind, however you want to frame it. Boom. Yet I'd say to you that, I want to just bring it back to self. What is our role to play in all of this? What is your role that you want to play in all of this? If you don't know what all of this is, then stop listening. We are all on this together, believe it or not. And I don't know, let's frame it in the analogy of being in a team. We are all a team, believe it or not. But we all, breaking it down, use a flowchart if you need to, we are all individuals and we all have a life to live, like a organisational chart. We're all interconnected. It's very different to an organisation, but in the end, we are actually all connected, believe it or not. Even though you might think we actually are as humans. So we can talk about connection and state of connection in another podcast, because really I want to bring it back and go deeper, and I want to talk about self. And I want to touch on this because it's something, like I just stated, it is something that I really am working on from a personal perspective. And I listened to some really interesting YouTube podcasts today from Mel Robbins, who I have spoken of, I should say, in the past on this particular podcast. I also just want to, relay my thoughts around those particular YouTube videos that I watched today, retrospectively thinking about what it means to me moving forward. And I'm going to say to you right now, I feel rattled. I don't know why, when I'm on the other side of the world to America, and yet I feel sad. I just feel this great sense of sadness that we still are as human beings so hateful to each other when all in all, and this is the thing, there's people who are whack. Okay. Well, I don't know if whack's the word I want to use. There are people who are just filled with hate, venom, disgust, evil, if you want to go there. There is. And yet there is so many of us who are filled with light and love and caring and compassion and empathy and just a full heart for their fellow man. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling today. And it all rolls back to self because for me, I'm really wanting to, I know who I am, not in its entirety, but I know who I am. And it's clear from how I'm feeling right now, how deep of a person I am. So first of all, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to bring it back and we're going to do some motherfucking admin. That's right. If you've just tuned in, because you might have tuned out, my name is Amanda. This is the Tequila Hour. It is Sunday in Australia. It is the 14th of July. It's been a big day. It's been a day. And let's talk about admin. Number one, I just described earlier, if you weren't listening, that I'm now on my new second attempt of using the Rode Signature Series NT1 microphone. So far, so good. We'll see how it plays back. I'm still using Adobe Audition as a platform for my recording because, I don't know, I'm feeling it. I still haven't figured that out in its entirety, but we'll get there, okay? We will get there because you know what? You know if you know how tenacious I am. I am very tenacious. So you might be saying to yourself, or you might not be, but you should, Amanda, what are you drinking today? What are... I didn't realise I had that splash pad. How cool is that? Yeah. You gotta laugh. Like, Honda. That's cool. That's fucking cool. Like, wait. Stop it. That's cool. I am drinking Smirnoff Double Black sugar-free canned drinks. They're in my bright orange Stanley cup that people like to pick on me about. Don't know why I think they're jelly. I'm also partaking in a sugar-free Monster Zero Energy drink as well. So no tequila today. Yeah. It is the pay, what do you call it? Off-pay week? Is that what you say? Yes. I am drinking Smirnoff because, yeah, I need to just drink a bit but not too much. Last week I drank too much, but that's all right. And, yeah, so that's the drink. That's what it is. I've had a good week. It's been a very busy week through my work. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about my work. Very briefly, I might touch on it, but being mindful that I won't be doing that. But I will say to you that it's been stressful. It has been pressured. It has been interesting, and I've learned a lot. Again. Just, you know what? Just when you think you've figured out shit, and I don't think I've figured out everything. I know I haven't figured out everything that happens in its entirety. When I say to you, just when you think you like, yep, I understand someone. Nope. No, God, fuck no. So, yeah, there's that. Which is okay because you know what? It gives me an opportunity to kind of think about how I respond, how I react, how I now don't just react, and how I just respond. And yeah, I'm getting there. I am getting there. And yeah, I'm going to, you know what? You know what I'm going to motherfucking do right now? I am going to do this.
Yay!
Oh, is that it? I think.
Hooray!
Yes, and quick sip of the drink. Drink break! Yeah, road and D1. Anyway, I might cut that out because that was very loud. Yes, I am actually. No, not actually. It's just. I am sitting here today acknowledging my growth. That's right, bitches. I'm doing what I want to do. In the sense of not just letting things absorb me, in the sense of not being overcome by managing my stress and looking after myself. And that's where it all comes back to when I talk about a grain of sand and self. It's all about yourself. It's all about motherfucking self, okay? I probably will ad nauseum. You'll be like, I'm sick of hearing you, Amanda. Go on and on and on and on about your self-discovery journey. Well, if you don't want to hear it, don't fucking listen. Okay? But I want you to listen, and I challenge you and implore you to listen, because honestly, I know there's people who feel like me. I know there is. And if there's something that I'm doing, or a way of thought or way of thinking or a way of acting or a process or an idea or anything that in some way you might hear and go, oh, that's an interesting way, I might try that, then that's it. That's all I want. Just because we're all in this. This is what I'm saying. We're all in this. Life. My life is in your life, and your life is in my life. I don't know anything about your life, but we are all connected because we're all alive on this planet Earth, and guess what? We're all in it together. Yet, you are an individual and I am an individual, and perhaps as an individual, I can in some way, shape or form, impart something, anything that might help you, and vice versa. So guess what? I'm doing it. I want to help you because I want to help myself. And if there's anything that I can do when I talk about what I'm trying to do in my life that helps you, then mate, fucking, can that be a bad thing? No, it's not. It can only be positive. So self, like I said, today I have been in a very reflective mind state. I have had a challenging week. I'm not going to lie. I've had a stressful week. I have come to the weekend mindful of the need to take a breath, to set some boundaries, to relax, to clear my mind, and to ponder, really, to have a ponder about some of the thoughts and feelings that I've been feeling, not only this week, but just in general and overall. So, yeah, self. And I think I've talked about this in the sense of, where am I trying to get at? You'll be like, what are you talking about, Amanda? Let's relay it on, relay it. Let's reference a, what do you call it? YouTube. I've forgotten YouTube. Oh my God. YouTube podcast that I watched today, because I actually like watching my podcasts. I do like listening to them. I actually like watching them. I'm a very visual person, probably because I like watching people and their cues. I read the cues. I feel that the conversations are more personal when we're face to face. Now, I say this and I'm recording a podcast and I'm not face to face with you. Ironic, I know. And there's that word again. Yeah, for me, I don't know why I'm uncomfortable with that. maybe I need to think about that a bit more, why I feel uncomfortable with just recording this. Maybe it's because I feel like it needs to be recorded a certain way or look a certain way. It's probably what it is. It doesn't matter, actually. What it is what it is. I probably should just, actually I will. Not probably, I will. Yeah, I will. Anyway, I'm getting off track from my own shit. Anyway, I watched a YouTube video called The Art of Self-Love, 8 Things You Need to Know About Self-Love from Mel Robbins. I've talked about Mel Robbins before. She's more than just a life coach, really. I don't know what it is, that she's just a great human being, really. And, yeah, apart from being clearly intelligent and hardworking, because you know, you don't create these things without being hardworking, or even to the limit beyond what normal people work. But I like how she's just honest and she calls it as it is. And I don't want to go on about Mel Robbins. Good on you, Mel. But no, I dig you, girl. I love it. I'm digging what you're putting down. So yeah, good for you, mate, because you're fucking good at it, hey. And, yeah, so I watched her YouTube video today about self-love. And it's one of those things where when you see what do you call it? What's the word for it? No, I was going to say YouTube banner, but, you know, clickbait about, you know, a title and they trying to suck you in and everything. You think of self-love. My mind immediately thinks of, like, you know, spa days and, you know, getting massages and, you know, drinking wine on your back veranda and I don't know, just these kind of things. And it's actually more deeper than that. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of a better explanation of what self-love is, because I feel like the word self-love or the title self-love doesn't encompass the vastity of what this topic is. That's what I'm trying to get at. It does not encompass the vastness of what self-love is. And it's not just about, you know, having a spa day or saying, you know, I like my eyes, which I like how she talked about that, because that's actually great, because it's hard to believe that there's some people who can't even, and it's true, I know it's true, because self-hatred, we've all been there. And I probably still have self-hatred, I'll be honest, that some people find it even hard to see themselves in the mirror. And she talks about this and it comes up several times, because a lot of this video is clips of other videos that are all meshed together, which is kind of clever, which kind of annoys, and it kind of annoying at the same time. Sorry, Mel, but it is. But it's very clever, actually, that, yeah, some people can't even, and I know this to be true because it's true, some people can't even see themselves in the mirror and acknowledge that they care about themselves or they love themselves or they like themselves at all. And they can't find any or acknowledge any redeeming feature at all about themselves, which is very disheartening and very sad, actually. And, yeah, it's very sad. And I can say to you that, you know, I have my moments. I'm human. Guess what? I overall can look at myself. I do struggle to look at myself sometimes if I want to talk about my physicality and what I look like in the mirror and what my expectations are and what I think they should be, or what society's expectations of what I look like or should look like are. There's that. On the same token, I actually am very beautiful. Just saying. I am. And yeah, that is what it is. And no, I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm the shit, but I kind of am. But sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Actually, what am I saying? Quick drink break. Drink break! That was a sip of my Monster, by the way. Not of the Smirnoff. Anyway, anywho, yes. I acknowledge I am attractive. I don't know why I find that difficult to say, because I am attractive. I also at the same time think there are parts of me that are unattractive. I often will say to myself that I am more than what I look like, because throughout my life, I've often felt that people just see my physical self. Now I'm getting into it. Let's stop. Grab a drink. That's just, if you need to, grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself a snack. I don't know what snack you want. Just grab a little something, a little plate, maybe a little olives, a bit of cheese, a bit of salami, maybe a fine wine, maybe a Smirnoff Double Black, sugar-free, maybe some tequila. Cheers to you for having some fucking tequila. I'd love some. Invite me over. But, yeah, let's get into it. I'm into it. Yeah. Self, okay? We're talking about self, what I look like. I just said to you that a lot of my life, and even now, you hear that? That was me making weird noises. This microphone might pick up more than I anticipated. I'll cut out the ums too, by the way. So, I will get there. I've had the thought that people see me for just what I look like. Now, I would say to you, and I swallowed deeply then, I would say to you, as a woman who is attractive, as a woman who's had pretty large breasts since the age of 15, that I've often thought that people just see my physicality. Full stop. And I think I've been uncomfortable. Not that I think, I actually know I've been, at times I'm very comfortable with that. And there's also a lot of times when I'm not comfortable with that, because on a deeper level, I do want you to see, I was going to say I don't. I actually do want you to see the outside, because the outside is nice packaging. Yeah, the packaging could be a little bit tidier, but it's good packaging. And yet, I don't know how many times I've said this to myself, that I don't want you to see the outside. It's more about what the inside is. I've always thought that. You know, I look at people and, you know, some people are more attractive to others, and, you know, people who aren't as attractive as in my eyes, because everyone's, you know, sense of attractiveness is different. What I might find attractive, you might think is hideous. I want to say, though, I've always been of the impression and felt that it's not what you look like. It's not the outside, it's the inside. And I don't know how many times I've, you know, projected or thought or stressed or tried to analyse why I felt that way. Because I'm getting emotional. Why am I doing this to myself today? I am an incredible, now I can't even speak. I am an incredible person on the inside, and I actually struggling to say that without even wanting to burst into tears, which seems strange, but it's not actually, because for a long time, I suppose what I'm trying to get at is that sense of being heard. And I've talked about that on numerous podcasts, about being heard. The importance of communication, the importance of actually being not heard but actually listened and heard, listening to me and hearing what I actually say. Who I am as a person at its very core is actually very, and I'm going to say, oh shit, that was loud. Give me a sec. And I'm back. That phone was extremely loud, just saying. And I had to quickly play it back to actually realise what I was talking about. I was talking about self, and I was talking about the outside and the inside and the importance of both. But really the importance for me in regards to self is what's on the inside, who you are as a person, your morals, your ethics, your heart, your compassion, your love for yourself, for others, for who you care about, your drive, your tenacity, mate. All those beautiful, unique traits that we all have that make you as an individual, as a person. And in one of the one part of the video of Mel Robbins' video today, there was a quick sound bite because I said there was lots of different podcasts all joined together and I'll actually watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I will watch it because I wanted to watch this first in its entirety because it was a bit over an hour. It was 1 hour and 29 minutes to be exact and 17 seconds long, where it talked about, is it personality traits or attraction? No, what was it? I don't know, something about your, actually I don't want to play it.
I want to read to you.
Sorry, I don't want to play it in the background because I'll get demonetized or something. I'll get something. I'll get something. Where is it? There's lots of stuff here that now I can't see what's that about. No. Anyway, was it personality types or love, attention? Oh, no. What was it? Where's the channel? I've got to get it out. Sorry, I need to work this out. Let's have a look. How do I get to her bloody channel? No, here. Videos for you. No, I don't want. No, don't need to know about that. Here we go. I will get there because no, I don't want. Don't.
Not all
No, don't.
stress is
No,
creativity.
don't play that. You know, you're just looking at stuff and you click on by accident. And you're like, God damn it! Stop it. Oh, see, it's done it again. Why is it?
Flower?
Yes, no, flowers are beautiful, Mel. I know. I'm trying to click to the video I want to click to, and it's not allowing me. Videos. I'll get there in the end. I'm trying to find the particular one because I did see it when I was doing a quick whiz. What's it called? I'll get there. Blah, 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 blah. Just hold. Think to yourself. La dun 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 dun. I don't know why I'm singing the Oompa Loompa song. I'm trying to find a Mel podcast. I can't find it, shame on me. I want to sing, but I don't know what about. Trying to find her fucking podcast. Damn it. I can't find it. Do I give up? No. Where is it? So that. Oh, is that the problem? Okay, that's the problem. It goes to certain ones. Because I'm looking at it on my desktop. It's a little bit different to seeing it on my, what do you call it, TV, trying to get at. I really want to find it, because it's really starting to aggravate me, but that's all right. I will manage my aggravation. Seriously, it looks like every other thing is coming up except the one that I want to see. I don't know why. Is it that far away? Could be. Yeah, I think it is. Do you like my singing voice when I'm scrolling on YouTube? Can't be that far, because I don't think it was that far. I can't find the video for you. I'm gonna give up, that's what I do. No, it's not actually, but anyway. No, can't find it. Don't know. I'm moving on because it feels like it's taking way too much time. It's not about personality types, it's attention types or attractive types. I don't know. She did say it. I can't think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wonder if it's here, if I do this, do that.
A question from...
No, do that way. Here we go. Yes.
And the secure attachment individuals in their childhood.
Attachment. Attachment types. I knew I'd get there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Attachment types. There was one that she touched on, and like I said, I've got to watch the video. Basically, we're talking about your upbringing, we're talking about your childhood, we're talking about, love and self-love and relationships, as adults, reflecting on your childhood and your attachment type. And she touched on 4, and the one that resonated with me was in regards to neglect as a child. And then a sense of, I don't think, was that part of it? Because this is what I do about trying to please other people more than myself. But it was about I'll spit it out. Not being worthy is what I'm trying to spit out. And not just that. I think that was a different one. Now I'm getting lost in my own bullshit, I think. Shame. I'll spit it out. Shame. And now I've got Darren. What's his name? If you're in Australia, you know who I'm talking about. Shame. Anyway, shame. And that as a child, through neglect, that you feel like there is no, as an adult, sense of self-love in the sense of being worthy or feeling worthy because you never had that. I'm not doing this justice. I'm really not. Because I really just have the word shame in my brain and I can't escape it basically. But yeah, it's not only just thinking about these things because Mel talked about, get them out of your head and write them down. And I have done that in the past and I probably clearly from this conversation need to do it again, is write some of this shit down and let it go. And I have let a lot go because I know I have because I wouldn't be able to talk about these things if I hadn't, as calmly as I am right now. Yet I acknowledge that I still have work to do in this space around shame, around guilt, around feeling worthy. And really that Sheila was talking about, the lady, whatever her name is, Dr. something. I don't even, she was a psychologist, I think, that, here or there, that, I don't know. Yeah, I still have work to do, clearly. I still have a lot of work to do, but that's okay. And that it's not about just, hanging on or living on to the past. And, we're talking about the subconscious and the fact that a lot of this shit is in your subconscious because it was formulated there as a child. And more importantly to that end is that you can change that. I know you can change that because I've talked about dialectical behavioural therapy. I know you can change the way you think because they are thoughts and you are in control of them. You are in control. And this is something that I really have explored on a deeper level in the last couple of years, and I've touched on that multiple times, including today. And I just want to tie it back into self because this is important. This is important. If you want to do the things that you want to do, if you want to create the life that you want to create, and I know we start hearing this and a lot of people will tune out and they'll be like, oh, here we go. And I know I do sometimes too. I'll be like, oh, here we go, some guru crapping on about shit. And you know what? I think that reaction is that because we don't trust it. And we don't. And then you have to say, if you actually care, why don't you trust it? Or why don't you believe? Or why don't you believe you can't do that? And I can tell you that some of the things that have happened in the last 1 to 2 years where I've really had to explore this, I know I can change things. I know I can change things. I can change a way of thought and how I automatically default to something under a certain situation, under certain pressure, under certain pain, under certain stress, to now where I can confidently say to you that, look, do you think I'm never not going to get stressed? I don't know. Will I just be in a state of internal bliss? I don't know. I will say to you, though, that the way that I manage my stress and my coping and my anxiety has vastly changed in this last year, more than any other time in my life. And it's really because I've taken the time to not only examine that shit in the background, in the subconscious, but challenge that and change it. Because for me, I do want to achieve things in my life, like having a successful podcast and what that looks like for me. Reaching more than just myself and the people around me, but reaching out to an entire community through my voice feels empowering, and it's like, I know, I immediately visualize my sense of self being a massive microphone with energy flowing out and touching people and changing people and inspiring people. And is it the selfish act of thinking that by inspiration through oneself that you can inspire others to do what they want to achieve, and that sense of connection through energy is not only for you but for them as well, and it's harmonious and it can only benefit both or all. I think that's an amazing thing, and yeah, that's what I'm trying to achieve. That's what I want to achieve. It's like I need to achieve it. And I know a couple of times when I've watched things and they talk about, that itch that you have and or things that you want to do and that you don't ever do. You want to go to Japan. We can talk about that. There's that one thing as a child that you always wanted to do and it keeps coming back around again. And why does it keep coming around? Because it's kind of like that's what your soul wants to do. In your heart of hearts, you want to do that. You have a deep desire to do that thing that brings you so much joy and happiness. And it's really hard. And I don't think at any way, space or time that these people haven't said it's hard, said it's not hard. It is hard. It's hard to examine oneself and, try and quiet the mind enough to listen to your bullshit and change your bullshit. This is hard and very rewarding though. And I don't know, I really do think that, in my mind, let me describe it. When I say a grain of sand, this is that sequence of words, in light of what's happened today in the world is one thing, but in my mind's eye, I'm picturing a beach because that's where sand usually is, or a desert. You can go there if you'd like to be a visual person. I'm thinking of a beach and I'm thinking of a stereo and it's sitting in the sand and it's playing a song, and the waves of energy and the bass is vibrating the sand, not just in its vicinity but stretching far and wide. And the whole sand on the beach, all those grains together are dancing together, all from the source of the stereo. And it is the bold and the brave who stand up and speak their truth and voice their inner voice for all, like the stereo on the beach, that then sends and resonates an energy to all those little grains of sand that then dance together. Beautiful. That's what I'm envisioning. That is what this podcast is. Take that away. This is who I am as a person. I want you to succeed in what you want to succeed in. Wholeheartedly, I want you to find one thing that brings you joy. I want you to know what love is. I'm learning that still at 51. I want you to know that you're not alone. And I'm saying that for myself actually, because I'm not alone. And yet I know that I have put up a fortress to protect myself, yet acknowledge my strength and tenacity to bulldoze all the fucking walls that I've ever created in my life just to reach out and hold your hand, because I give a fuck. Because that's who I am at my very core as a motherfucking human, and I am a remarkable person. I just need to believe that, and I will need to keep saying that probably for longer than this podcast to truly just own that shit. and I'll keep doing it. I will keep doing it because I am remarkable. And it's not about being boisterous and being, I don't know, I was trying to think of a word and the word escapes me. I'm not trying to be better than you at all. I'm just remarkable. And I need to probably say it like 20 times. You know, I'm just thinking, you know that episode on The Simpsons, there's many, of when Bart gets in trouble and he has to write on the chalkboard, I won't do blah, blah, blah. I won't eat donuts afternoon. Something. Maybe I just need to, in my mind's eye, visualize me just going, I am remarkable. I am remarkable. And perhaps you, as a listener, as the grain of sand on the beach that's dancing with the stereo that is playing for all of us to dance along with, are you? What's yours? What's yours? Look in the mirror. Do the high five habit, which Mel does. I love that. It's beautiful. The high five habit, it did change something in me. I don't do it now. After watching today's YouTube channel, maybe I need to start doing it again because it did change something in me. And yeah, what are you? What do you want? What do you want? And what do I want? Not just wanting a Porsche. Not just material. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Wanting material things. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? It's exciting. And I realize as I'm talking, I have to, like a bloody, what do you not call it? A smash hammer on a block of ice that I can see it. Like I said, I'm a very visual person. You know, I could see that, sledgehammer come down on that massive block of ice and it breaks into millions of shards of beautiful ice of water, which then you can literally pick up and drink and nourish your body. I know I want to do more and I will do more. And yeah, this is a different podcast today because I feel like I've just got lost in my own thoughts, which is not a bad thing, actually. These are times where, and I've done this and I've encouraged this of others, that to talk out, you talk out that thing that you're trying to work out. It helps when you have a mirror, as in you have someone to talk to. For me, it's my microphone. And yeah, I need to have someone on my podcast with me. So, do you want to be on my podcast? Do you? I would implore, reach out, really would love and appreciate if you are one of my listeners to reach out to me and contact me. Do you want to be on my podcast and have a conversation with me? Because I know as soon as I do that, I feel like this podcast is just going to explode when I do that. So, do you want to join me? I dare you to join me. No. Anyway, I'm getting lost. Anyway, I think I might wrap it up to there. I will. We are at 1:05, so just over an hour. I want to actually stop and say thank you. Thank you again to those who do take the time to listen and download my podcast. Like I said, I have a particular goal and I'm close. I'm getting there. I want to reach that goal by the end of the year. We are in July. I need to think about how I'm going to reach that goal and who I can get to help me reach it because I really want to reach that goal by the end of the year. And I think that means that I need to have someone on my podcast with me. So we'll do that. So if you want to be on my podcast, you can reach out to me anytime via my email, which is info@thetequilahour.com.au. You can email me anytime for saying, oh, that's nice. Let me just pause it there for a second. And I'm back. And I'm back again. I don't know. I was scared then it wasn't recording properly. Yeah. That was my husband asking me for a shopping list because he's on his way home. Thank you. Yes. Respond. That's nice. Anyway, like I said, if you want to be on this podcast, you can email me info@thetequilahour.com.au. I also use Instagram as the main platform, as in social platform to engage. So I have the Tequila Hour and the _1_Amanda pages on Instagram, and I also have corresponding YouTube channels. I'll be honest with you, I'm not posting anything on YouTube. My podcast automatically uploads to YouTube because it used to be Google. And so it automatically, if you didn't know, Google and YouTube are married. Yes, it automatically uploads. So it's just audio, no visuals. So just based on the conversation I just had to myself and with you, yes, I need to think about that a little bit more because like I mentioned throughout the podcast, I really do enjoy podcasts, watching podcasts, not just listening, because I feel more engaged when I do that. So I think I'm going to leave. What do you think? Do you like the sound of the Rode NT1 Signature Series? Let me know. You can let me know via my email. I also have fan mail. Do you know, which I haven't got any fan mail. I know I should have probably promoted this at the start, not the end. On Buzzsprout, you can actually send me fan mail. So next time when I do a podcast, I probably should promote that more because I haven't got any fan mail at all. And I'd really like some because I'd like to engage with you. I know people listening to this podcast. It's not a lot, but I know there's people who do. So I really would like to engage with you. I'm not quite sure why you don't want to engage. Perhaps you could let me know why you don't feel like you can engage with me. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by a man outside my house with a very large dog. Oh, he's got 2 large dogs. German Shepherds, by the way. 2 German Shepherds on leashes. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know why you don't feel comfortable enough to engage because I'd love to engage. I'm engaging. If you don't think I am, let me know why you don't think I am. I don't know. I'm not going to get hurt. I don't know you. If you want to know me more than just this podcast, I'd like to get to know you. Let me know. We could be friends. We could be best friends. I don't know. Right now, we could be best friends. I could be the best friend that you've ever had, and you didn't know that you needed me as a friend. I don't know. Now I'm rambling. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there today because, I'm getting off track about my own insecurities, about lack of friends. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you again. And, again, try and have a great weekend, whatever that looks like for you. And I'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Bye.
Busy love, but you make time for the ones you love. It's only right, it's what I deserve. Love, tell me what you've done for me, done for me, done for me, done for me lately. Get your mind on vacation. Tell me what you've done for me, done for me. Done for me lately. Baby, so can you take me on a date? The simple things you do to make me stay at it. Like you don't even try. I used to wonder why. Now I'm left with more tears to cry. I know that life can be busy, love, but you make time. time for the ones you love.